Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio. Thank God it's Friday, a red Friday at that. Yesterday, the Springfield Cardinals were to host another game in the playoffs. And right about an hour to about an hour and a half before that was supposed to start, that rain started coming down. So what time did they actually officially get that first pitch in?
They had a 9:45. They started at 9:45, 3.5-hour delay. And I think because of that, the game was shortened to 7 innings. But the Springbirds win, as they should, 3-0 over the Tulsa Drillers. Bryson Motts gets the victory in this one. This guy's hardly an unknown. He's been kind of flying under the radar with the Springfield Cardinals all season long, but he was a second-round draft choice a couple years ago from San Diego University, not to be confused with San Diego State. They're different schools. But the San Diego University Ball Club, very good, produced a number of very good players, and Bryson Motts is one of them. He threw 5 innings in the game, allowed 4 hits, struck out 4, and then Luis Castellum finished up, and, hey, that was it. It was a 3-run fourth inning that won it for the Springfield Cardinals. Miguel Ogueto is the guy who got the first run, first RBI. He was 3 for 3 on the night. Got the first RBI and then some loose play by the Tulsa Drillers. Bottom line is this, 3-0, Springfield Cardinals win. The game ended right about midnight. Ooh. Now, how many people were there? Wall was not one of them.
I feel bad for the staff, though, because I used to be one of them, so I know they were working late.
It was a 7.5-inning game, and, of course, I think the late hour had something to do with that, as did the conditioning of the field. So there will be another game, and it comes up. This is the final series now. Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock is when they're scheduled to start. It'll be one game here, and then one, and then a third game, if necessary, in Midland, Odessa, Texas. The Springbirds will be playing the Midland Rockhounds. That's the Athletics AA Farm Club. They won their series in a sweep from Amarillo. So Springfield into the championship round as we knew they would be.
Go Birds! Interestingly enough, about a year, maybe a little bit longer, at least a year, maybe a little bit longer, after I started interning at a radio station called 104.7 The Cave, a pitcher started pitching in the major leagues. And now, even though I'm still an intern, still working at the same damn station, he's giving it up.
Who was that pitcher?
Clayton Kershaw, buddy.
Well, he's considered an old-timer. He's been, I think Clayton is 37, I think, but been with the Dodgers his entire 18-year career in the major leagues. I think the guy's a surefire bet for the Hall of Fame. And he's eligible, I'm going to guess about 2031. You have to be out 5 years from active competition. So the 2031 class would be his first, and he'll get in probably then. This guy, 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He won, a couple of world championships with the Dodgers. I do remember him getting knocked out of the box in a playoff with the St. Louis Cardinals, much to the fans' delight. But, hey, the guy, and this is extremely interesting. He led the Major League Baseball all pitchers, in earned run average 4 times. That is really spectacular. His career ERA is 2.54. And, folks, that just isn't done anymore.
Not anymore. Not the way the league is now.
Has over 3,000 career strikeouts. He got 3,000 this year, and that is a signal mark. And interestingly enough, when he came back, he didn't pitch until July this year, recovering from various injuries, which he knows that's why he's leaving, because I don't want to go through this injury stuff anymore. He got his money. 10-2 this year, despite the fact that he was limited in his starts and all that. Yeah, it's Clayton Kershaw. He will pitch tonight. This will be his final regular season start. They're playing, they're being the Dodgers, playing the Giants tonight. So with 2 arch rivals like that, what better way to close your regular season career? He will be eligible to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, even though he was never on any one of the teams I followed, I always followed him, and I thought he was a great pitcher, kind of old school guy, and did what he had to do for his team. Great guy to have on your team for sure. Track and field, we don't talk much about that, only if the USA does something important, and they just did, didn't they?
Which the USA did at the World Championships, which have been going on in Tokyo before huge crowds, 60,000 to watch track and field. This time, and she's not a newcomer, Sydney McLaughlin-Lavrone. She has been a champion. She was a Sydney McLaughlin. Now she's married, and yesterday, and this is spectacular, the 400 meters. Really, the key number here is 48 seconds. That hadn't been broken in almost 40 years. She broke it yesterday. As a matter of fact, and so did her runner-up. 47.7 and winning the gold in the 400 meters. That is really rocketing. All going on at the Tokyo World Championships, and they should be coming to an end this weekend. But the fact is, the Americans have done very well. A prelude to the Olympics, but the Olympics aren't for another couple of years yet. So we'll have another World Championship probably next year.
I feel, it's crazy that she broke it and the runner-up broke it. You feel bad for the runner-up because they broke a world record, but it don't matter.
two 100ths of a second.
Crazy. Last night we had the Thursday night football matchup between the Dolphins and Bills. I was sitting there and got in a heated dispute with a group of 25-year-old men about who the greatest quarterback of all time was. And again, I prefaced it with, I believe it's a subjective answer. So we talked briefly. Who was your guy earlier?
Well, the best one I witnessed, and that's the only way I can make a judgment, is Norm Van Brocklin of Philadelphia back in the, Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles back in the 50s and the early 1960s when Philadelphia won the world title. But yeah, he was smooth. He was not Patrick Mahomes at all, not a scrambler, just had a great line in front of him and that win. There is no such thing as the greatest of all time in anything, and that is because all situations are different. The level of competition is different. The rules are different. The conditioning is different. No, there's no GOAT. And there is one. I'm going to tell you one. The one who sticks out in my mind is George Herman Ruth. Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was a GOAT.
Interesting. Well, and again, you just proved what I said, because it has to be subjective. If the game's different, if the rules are different, how you view it's played is different. It's not just stats, it's not just championships, it's all those things. So, kids, if you're listening, it really doesn't matter. It's whoever you think it is, right?
Last night, Josh Allen was the greatest of all time, was he not? He throws for over 200 yards, throws a couple of touchdown passes. Bills win 31-21. Come on. Yeah. He's the greatest of all time. Man, all time being 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Miami, but it's not looking good. All right, what the Royals do in Seattle?
Well, Mariners win by a score of 2-0, and the Mariners had to win that game just to maintain their poise. This is a guy they sent to the man, Luis Castillo, who's really had a checkered career. He was a 15-game winner with Cincinnati back, 2017, 2018. He's bounced around from teams. Well, anyway, he got the win, fired 6 innings of shutout baseball against Kansas City. And Kansas City's offense, while it has been up and down, had been playing pretty well. 3 others completed the task yesterday, so it is a 2-0 win for the Mariners, and the Seattle Ball Club hanging in there in their playoff hopes, and I think they have a great chance of making it.
Well, we'll see. Also, St. Louis Cardinals have about a week left in their season. Is that right?
Their final home stand begins tonight, and they play the Milwaukee Brewers. It's a 3-game series. Then the Cardinals go to Oracle Park in San Francisco, play the Giants, who are also very much in the hunt. Milwaukee's already wrapped things up in the National League East, but what they haven't, or Central, I should say, but what they haven't wrapped up is best record yet. And Cardinals can really help out the Philadelphia Phillies with that. If best record means that much, and it does, it's home field advantage in the baseball playoffs. Anyway, the Cardinals and the Brewers, then the Cardinals and the Giants in San Francisco, and the Cardinals end up next weekend at Wrigley Field, Chicago. Well, the Springbirds did play last night as well. We talked about that in the first segment. Springfield Cardinals win 3-0 over the Tulsa Drillers, 6.5 inning game, ended in the 7th inning, I think, by agreement. And now the Springbirds will play on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock against the Midland Rockhounds. That's the Athletics AA Farm Club. First game is here, and then the series moves out to Midland, Odessa.
Man, and those kids that had to work till midnight last night. Oh man, it's a long day, especially when you think your game's going to start at 6:30. Last but not least, the Kansas City Chiefs are headed to the Big Apple to face off the Giants Sunday Night Football.
6-point favorites. The Chiefs are favored by 6. Should beat the Giants. Both teams will be looking for their first win of the year. The Chiefs have never beaten the Giants in New York. I think that does come to an end. Kansas City is just a better team. Now, how much will Xavier Worthy play? Apparently, the Chiefs are getting him ready to play. It can't be very much, but he's been fitted with a harness to perhaps stabilize his dislocated shoulder. And I'll tell you, this is taking a chance, but the doctors know what they're doing, and Worthy needs to be in there to offer some relief from a receiving core that really hasn't helped out Patrick Mahomes very much. Anyway, Chiefs a 6-point favorite. Game is right here. Ned Talk, that's the pregame show by 2 hours, begins at 5 o'clock on Sunday evening. Then the game all right here on The Cave.
Ned, go Chiefs. Have a great weekend, sir.